Hi, Scorpio. It's Lynn from Tinker Tarot and Cartomancy, and I'm here to do your April, your spring um, reading. You know, I can see that you're really going through a renewal time, a rebirth time, which is what April in the Northern Hemisphere is all about. And so, what jumped out for you here is it looks like you're defending yourself in some way. Could be your health, could be your position. And you may have to juggle your finances until you get this worked out. So, it could be you're standing your ground on something you're trying to wait it out kind of thing, but in the meantime you're having to shift money around, move money around, something like that, or your resources. You also have the little birds. They suggest that through communication, this trouble won't last long. Something will break in it. You'll get some sort of a communication coming to you to perhaps provide a um, a solution or a release. In the recent past, it looks to me like you could be walking away from something that I think you cared about. You were doing something or with somebody that you really cared about. Excuse me. But I feel like that's coming to an end. That chapter is coming to an end. It could have been a situation where you were a leader of some sort, or you led people. They listened to you. I feel like you took positive steps forward. You are an action oriented person in this position, so you would take action and you would take care of things, when the boss wasn't around or something like that. But at the same time, in this position, you felt not trapped, but that it was a trap of some sort. You were actually powerless, even though you were in a powerful position. You were in a position to lead, to mentor, to guide, to instruct, perhaps other people, but at the same time, you were very restricted in what you could do. You weren't free to carry out your position or carry out your task or something like that, because again, a leadership position, something about that, where your hands were tied. Okay. So this might be why this is coming to an end, because maybe you don't feel like you can perform like you are told to perform. It's kind of an oxymoron in a way. In the present, here again, you have the world again, up here and now here, and with the high priestess. So it says that definitely a cycle's coming in, either to where you work, where you're living, who you're with, and you're following your instincts at this point. You're waiting for the right timing to either complete it, um, uh, end it, take your first step forward. In the world, we're kind of dealing with the end, the conclusion, the completion of something for a bit. And you're just trying to follow your instincts at this time. This will be good for you because you have the Nine of Cups. At this time, you don't want to be in an Eight of Swords position. You want to be happier. You want to get along with people. You want some. I think if it's a position, it's something where you can still do something you really love, but you need that backup, that support sort of thing, okay? So I think that you're going towards something. I don't know if it's new, it could be familiar to you, where you're going to be working very hard and focusing, concentrating. Although you still may have some confusion, I don't, doesn't feel like it's really clear yet. Okay. You might be wanting to move toward this position. This, you want to, you're looking to work. I don't think you're the kind of person that can just sit around and do nothing. You need to be creative. You need to be productive. You need to be of use, sort of thing. So it looks like the ace is here. After two worlds, there is an ace, and it is the Ace of Wands. This is why I feel like it has to do with, your artistic ability, creative ability, your work ethic, whatever. But I feel like you're moving on to a new offer, a new place, a new job. And in the Four of Pentacles, this is when we're kind of withholding. We're either stashing money away, trying to save, to, wait for this opportunity that's out the window here. Sometimes we're holding back parts of ourselves, um, to in reserve for something else, not really giving. But I feel like you've been saving yourself for this exact opportunity. It also says you have the devil here twice, okay? And so there is a devil aspect to this. And the advice here is to be strong and have faith. It's hard to have faith, to just trust in something that might look, um, dangerous, or we jump to conclusions or judgments about something, think that it's something. And this is suggesting that you trust, have strength, and it will get you through this devil period, a devil issue, a devil, whatever the devil is to you. Sometimes it's just the way we handle things. Sometimes it's our own doubt, and our own fears and things that get into our head. Sometimes it's, being pushy or micromanaging. Sometimes it's actual, substance. I think in this case, it's giving you a little bit of a more spiritual advice, kind of, in a way, because it's saying have faith. This is where we don't try and control something, and we just let it work itself out. And so here with the devil again and the Prince of Pentacles, it says that you're learning a new way, for one thing, to heal from this, because Pentacles are a lot about healing, but also a new way to be in life. This is a new approach to life. It's a sensible approach. It's, where we can look at something for what it really is. It's a more broad perspective, but this could be new for you because you were in the devil energy for a while there, thinking, whatever you were thinking. So in the Prince of Pentacles, you're going to, and I think that you're going to, there could be something about this new opportunity as well, that you need to learn something new because it's a new place, a new company, new position, something like that. So you could be in a learner position. You also could be dealing with the devil in your job. So people that are afflicted, in the health industry or something like that, the service industry, and people are having difficult times with their own devil. And so it takes strength to deal with people that are having difficulties in that way. Strength and patience and faith, and a gentle approach. So this could be your situation. So you may be learning a new approach here. All right. In your cartomancy, which is the art of reading the regular playing cards, You have the Seven of Clubs, the Nine of Hearts. This is the second nine, like wish card you have, and the Six of Diamonds. So you could have had some concerns, some worries, probably about your finances, I'm guessing, but I think something good is coming to you with the Nine of Hearts. You don't have to worry anymore. Your money is going to increase. You may get a raise. You may get something that pays more. You feel like you're going to be back on your feet and stable again, as with your, security in financial material stability. And you also have the Two of Clubs, the Four of Spades, the, what is that? The Ten of Clubs, and the King of Diamonds. So I see a meeting here, okay? I see a business meeting. And, you're having your doubts. It could be about doubts of some sort, but I think you may be having your doubts. And feel torn apart in some way because this is a meeting about the end of a position. Okay, so it's a meeting about maybe moving on from what you're doing, where you're doing it, to another area in the company. It's completion in some way. Okay, and it's with the King of Diamonds. The King of Diamonds is usually an older, mature man. He's a good guide. He's not a bad person, but he's business. He's about the business and um, the money line as well. What's good for the company, kind of thing. But for some reason, I think this is good for you. Like, I think this is finishing, but it's not the end. This is kind of what I feel. I think there possibly also could be a proposal from this person for something new, or they're leading you to something new. I feel like this person is a part of your future, could be offering you a contract. You have to sign a contract for the next 2 years or something like that. But it could have, in somewhere there could have been some doubt from you or that person, but I think something eventually turns out good. Okay, you're feeling more secure. I've got to switch my glasses because I can't see these ones, and I just started learning these. Well, I've kind of meddled with them a little bit over the years here and there, but didn't really, dig in. So again, we have a 10, completion. You're cutting something away. Okay, and this is the first time I've had the star. Um, so it says the stars are breaking through the clouds, and so that you can see them, so that they can shine brightly for you. I feel like things are brightening up. The clouds are clearing. There was um, whatever the trouble was. Okay. So it's about standing strong. The tree is about standing strong and healthy, about taking care of ourselves. Because when we are protecting ourselves, when we are, um, you know, trying to make a stand, a point, or in transition, it takes a lot of energy. And so we really need to take care of ourselves with good foods and good thoughts and good movement, and all the parts of ourselves too. So this is saying stand strong, in because I think there's brighter days ahead, to tell you the truth. The stars are breaking through, and to me personally, the stars are our ancestors, and when they can see down on us, we can hear messages, not "Hi Lynn, how you doing?" More like filtered messages that you feel something comes into your mind again, and you want to revisit it, and you're thinking, is it worth, heading in that direction, and you're starting to whirl the idea around in your head and give it a little more time than last time. And so, those are messages that help us move in the direction that is best for us, is to have our best lives. But that's just what I think. You can form your own thoughts. But all in all, Scorpio, it's really good. You have two wish cards here. You have a situation that you're leaving behind that you weren't happy in anyway, to tell you the truth. Whether it's the company, the job itself, maybe the people you were working with. I'm not sure, but I think you liked what you were doing. You just didn't like something about it. All right. So you're wanting to end that, or it's coming to an end, whether you want it to or not. And you want to move towards something where you can do what you're good at. You're really good at this. You're detailed, you're focused. But maybe there could be some confusion in communication, perhaps. And so the new offer here comes after a time of saving and holding back. It says that if you're feeling the devil in your life, or you're working with the people that have the devil in their lives, you need patience, you need strength, and you need faith, or trust, because some things are not what we think or see. And this new approach to how to handle this. Could be mental health, some sort of mental health, and how to look at it and how to heal from it. And that's when we do bring faith into our lives, whatever your higher spirit is. It's different for everybody. But whatever that higher spirit is, it's allowing it more into your life. And a big part of that to me is about forgiveness and moving on, because it takes a huge weight off you. So I think that you're definitely moving in that direction. You could be letting down your guard a little bit in the future. I think you have your guard up here because it's warranted. But you learn a different way to protect yourself here, I think. All right. Different kind of armor. So, anyway, that's really good. I really would love to know in April how this was resonating for you. Um, what's your devil? What's your devil out there? And that, what's your faith too? I'd love to know that. Anyway, take care. Happy Easter. And happy spring. A lot of things are going, a lot of new things are going to come to life here. So get ready. All right. Bye now.